Hey guys, bit of a channel update on this last day of July for August, and it's, well, unexpectedly a big one. You see, I'm sure a lot of you saw a video that I took down when I said, let's talk, right? And I also did a video prior to that a couple months ago, where I talked about the fact that, well, essentially, if you download something, off of YouTube or anywhere, if you will, that even through a purchase or support of Patreon or whatever, that, basically you technically own it. And, well, I still kind of stand by that in a way, but now I've kind of learned my lesson a little bit. And what I should say is, yes, you have the right to download if they give you that access, but you don't technically own it, and you don't have the right to post it anywhere else unless you get the consent, which most of the time will not be, something they will give because, hey, they work hard on it, and, you shouldn't, just blast it anywhere you want. So, first of all, I do deeply apologize for what I did. I was wrong. And what I should have said is, if you want to check out this guy's work, go to this link, you'll enjoy it. And that's all I should have said. I apologize. I deeply do. That was my fault and everything. And I give you my word, that will not happen again. It will not. All I'm going to do is just give advice like I did in the previous video. If you don't want it to happen any further, not just from people like me, which it won't, but from other people out there that will not really care about what you think, then my suggestion is to work with certain platforms that provide streaming video that will not allow them to download, if you know what I mean. So, again, I truly, deeply apologize for what I did. I was in the wrong. I get it now. And the reason I say this is because apparently YouTube decided to demonetize me again, this time up until almost Halloween, which will be the next chance I get to basically monetize. Now, this isn't a big issue in my opinion, to be honest with you, because I have my EDD, if you will, so that helps out. Also, the fact that I'm on the verge of probably working again at Grocery Outlet in Patterson, that's just going to take a little bit of time. The positive signs there are the fact that I text back to people in charge and told them, and it was basically via text returning the call that they called me with back on the 17th of this month. So I was basically returning the call and everything. And I also emailed them a message, also Facebook messaged them, and text them, like I said. And they did finally kind of reply with a like on my text. So those are signs that God is providing that's going to get me to get me to work again and earn some money on the side. So, I have no issue with that. So honestly, I have no issue with, hold on for a second. Like I said, I have no issue whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. I have no issue whatsoever with me not being able to monetize for at least a couple of months. Now, is this going to affect my channel? Like, am I going to be able to not live stream anymore? Like, copyright strikes and all that? No. No, it's not going to affect it in that manner. Basically, what this is it has to do with either what I did, or the fact that, this is just, some of the people that I got upset, the way of paying me back. And I get it. I get it now. I've learned my lesson. But all I'm advising is, if you don't want anybody else that may not even care about what you think, because I did by taking it down. If you don't want people to get on you anymore, if you don't want people out there that won't care, unlike me, because again, like I said, I took it down, then my advice is to go to places where that's not going to be possible. And if people ask you why, just say, this is why. That's all you have to do. But yeah, a lot's going to be changing. in this month, and I'll tell you that in a moment. Be right back. Yeah, guys, I'm back. I just had to transfer my money from my EDD to my bank, my main bank, and all that. But like I was saying, it really doesn't bug me that much, and I'm not monetizing through YouTube. I mean, I went through it for almost a year and everything before I realized what I had to do. So I think I've pretty much already taken care of what I need to take care of in the long run to ensure that come October I'll be able to monetize again. I think the reason they do this is so that you don't pull stuff like this, honestly, so that way you'll be like, hey, don't make money off other people's work. So I understand that. But they need to make that more perfectly clear. You see, I think the one thing with sites like YouTube and others that are very similar is they need to basically, what's the word I'm looking for? They need to basically, improve, and I think they're doing this. I believe they are trying to do this every day, but they need to improve on the system to where it's like, if you're going to upload somebody else's work, even if you mirror it, edit it, or whatever, they need to put something up there to where, they can automatically scan through all the files, all the video files they have, and be like, okay, this person, is on, basically what I'm trying to say is they need to have a system to where they scan through the videos and be like, this video has already been uploaded by somebody else, cannot upload ever again. Or this video has been uploaded multiple times, you cannot upload. Or whatever the case may be. Or it's been uploaded and modified, can't upload. Basically something that's going to, in my opinion, deter, but in a positive way, people from doing that. So to me, I look at the fact that I get probably the main reason this happened. So I understand that, and I apologize. And again, I humbly apologize for what I did. I now understand that even if you download something, you don't technically, truly own it and all that. But that's what I was saying before I went to take care of my bank situation. That basically what you need to do, because like I mentioned, there are not going to be people like me out there that are going to give one flying what about what you say. They'll find other means to do it. Okay, they will find other means to do it. Okay, so they will not give a flying what about what you say. I did. I was like, okay, you want me to take it off? Not a problem. I even did a public apology, and everything. I did a public apology and everything. So, you guys can understand that I didn't mean anything malicious or anything. So I did the right thing. I did what I was asked, and I do apologize. But again, if you don't want that kind of stuff to happen, you do need to, as one person put it, DMC. From what I understand, because other people have said this, one person even put it this way: you need to DMCA. You need to go into the DMCA, and get it taken care of. But but that's the issue sometimes with some of these things. Even though they need to do that, what it would do for them is get them in trouble, because sometimes it's very, how do I put it, provocative imagery using already established IPs, and they don't need to get in trouble themselves. So I understand why it's not so easy to go and do the DCMA kind of stuff, or DMCA, whatever it's called. So again, I truly and deeply apologize for what I did. I was wrong in doing it. That was my fault. I do apologize. But like I said, just because I won't be monetizing for at least 90 days, it does not mean it's going to hinder me doing YouTube videos. It won't. I'll still do live streams when I can and all that, and just go from there. This is why when you look at all the other financial avenues out there, from podcasting to Twitch, VENMO, and all of them that are giving you these opportunities, Teespring stores, Public stores, whatever you want to call them, giving you this opportunity to shine and financially have something on the side. This is why some people, if not most people, even if they have monetization with YouTube, don't mind. Don't mind, losing out on it or not making that much, for the month or anything, because to them it's like, hey, I got all these other things on the side. I might even have a real life job on the side, and that's all that matters to them. I mean, this is why some people even say, look, I have to go and have this other job outside of the home I live in, because that way I'll have money, that will come in on a regular basis. This is why when people get EDD or people get Social Security that comes in every 2 weeks or every month or every week or whatever, even if they have YouTube or something like a YouTube as a secondary income source, it's not going to bug them whatsoever to lose that secondary income source, because they have this primary one they can rely on. So honestly, like I said, it doesn't really bug me right now. It doesn't. I mean, yeah, does it kind of upset me? Yes, it does. But what's interesting is, just like when I was let go from Target, because I had gone through it so many times, I essentially became numb to it. And also, like I've said before, when the first time this happened, I've gone through most of my career on YouTube without monetizing. And why? Because I have worked. We got 2 Apache helicopters up there. 2 Apache helicopters. I don't know if you guys can see them. But you can probably hear them. Yeah, they're right there. Yeah, they're right there. I don't know if you guys can see them. Well, like I said, I've become numb to it, so it doesn't really bug me that much. And I know I'm not the only one this has happened to. Some of the primary people I follow here on YouTube, like Lynn Cara, James Rolfe, Doug Walker, Rob the Wonderful, and all that, Animat, this all happened to them as well. But they don't worry too much about it, because they have secondary financial, if not primary, first and primary financial income coming in outside of that. Because the thing is, if YouTube was every other week or every week, that'd be different. But it's every month, if not every few months. So, all because you have to reach certain criteria financially. So it doesn't really bug me that much. It really doesn't. Just have to wait till October and see what happens, but it's not going to hinder me on my YouTube. But again, I do want to apologize deeply for what I did. I was wrong in doing it. I've learned my lesson now, and that lesson is, even though I download it, doesn't mean I technically own it. Not entirely. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys, and I'll talk to y'all later. I'm home now, and I am out, but yeah, I do deeply apologize for what I did.